the greatest featherweight champion in the history of the sport, ladies and gentlemen. You're really at the top of the division. It's going to be very difficult to think of who can challenge you at this point.
I've heard this story before.
What is keeping Frankie Edgar standing?
You can never count this kid out.
Jose Aldo is one of the best fighters on the planet Earth. Frankie looking to lead with the belt.
The featherweight champion of the world, Jose Aldo. One of the best of all time.
Frankie Edgar for the featherweight championship. Down he goes. This is going to be it. Alistair Overeem.
Wow. Big shot from Silva. Antonio Bigfoot Silva.
He's out. Coming down.
Oh, good left hand by Rivera.
UFC fans, the Octagon is back in Las Vegas as we welcome you to the Mandalay Bay Event Center for the official weigh-in for UFC 156. Aldo versus Edgar. Tomorrow night, live, only on pay-per-view, it's a super fight for the UFC Featherweight Championship as Jose Aldo looks to defend his title for the fourth time against former UFC lightweight champion Frankie "The Answer" Edgar. Plus, Sugar Rashad Evans looks to begin his journey back to the top of the division as he faces Little Nog, Antonio Minotauro Rogerio Nogueira, and Alistair Overeem, who is riding a 12-fight unbeaten streak, is back to battle Antonio Bigfoot Silva. We'd like to send out a special welcome to our UFC Fight Club members and thank our UFC sponsors. Bud Light, here we go. The only motorcycles worthy of being in the Octagon, Harley-Davidson. The all-new Dodge Dart. Metro PCS. UFC is moving to Metro. Everybody is moving to Metro. Zenergy, powered by Zions, the great-tasting, sugar-free, zero-calorie energy drink. The official energy drink of the UFC. UltimatePoker.com. Visit to win your ultimate UFC experience. And Tap Out, official lifestyle apparel of the UFC. Available at tapout.com. And now, to get the official weigh-ins for UFC 156 underway, here is Joe Rogan.
What's happening, Vegas? Welcome to the weigh-ins. Ariane and Brittany, professional hot chicks. Dana White, without him, none of this would be possible. Joe Silva, matchmaker extraordinaire. Lorenzo Fertitta makes a presence. Bruce Buffer, the voice of the Octagon, and Burt Watson, babysitter to the stars. We got one of the sickest cards of the year, ladies and gentlemen, and we're kicking things off in the bantamweight division. Edwin Figueroa versus Francisco Rivera. First up on the scale, Francisco Rivera. $137. Time for Ariane's favorite part, where they take their underwear off. Francisco's a little over. He's gonna have to lose about a pound. And his opponent, Edwin Figueroa. 137 and a half.
Maybe your scale was off, Bert.
37 and a half. First fight of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, Edwin Figueroa and Francisco Rivera. Next up, also in the bantamweight division, Chico Camus and Dustin Kimura. $139 and a half. And his opponent, Chico Camus. Chico Camus and Dustin Kimura, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, live on FX, we kick things off in the lightweight division. Eve Edwards versus Isaac Valley Flag. $156 for Mr. Valley Flag. And his opponent, Eve Edwards. $155 for the Thumb Jitsu Master.
This is the archetypal rock sound.
Isaac Valley Flag and Eve Edwards, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, also in the lightweight division, Jacob Volkman versus Bobby Green. from Mr. Green. And his opponent, Jacob Christmas Bachman.
$156.
156. Bobby Green and Jacob Volkman, ladies and gentlemen. Next up in the welterweight division, Tyron Woodley versus Jay Heron. First up on the scale, Jay Heron.
$168.
168. And his opponent, Tyron Woodley. From Mr. Woodley. Jay Heron and Tyron Woodley, ladies and gentlemen. Next up in the lightweight division, Gleison Tebow versus Edwin Dunham. $155 for Mr. Dunham. And his opponent, Gleison Tebow.
$55.
155 for Gleison. Lightweight fireworks, ladies and gentlemen. Edwin Dunham and Gleison Tebow. Next up in the flyweight division, we kick things off the first fight on the pay-per-view card. Joseph Benavidez versus Mccall. his opponent, Joseph Benavidez.
$126.
126 from Mr. Benavidez. That's an outstanding way to kick off the pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. Ian Mccall and Joseph Benavidez. Next up in the welterweight division, John Fitch versus Damian Maia. $170 for Mr. Maia. And his opponent, John Fitch. $171 for Mr. Fitch. That's a hell of a fight, ladies and gentlemen. John Fitch and Damian Maia. Next up, here comes the Thunder. In the heavyweight division, Alistair Overeem versus Antonio Bigfoot Silva. versus Rogerio Nogueira. .206 for Little Dog. And his opponent, the former UFC light heavyweight champion, Sugar Rashad Evans. .206 for Rashad. The co-main event of the evening, folks. Rogerio Nogueira and Rashad Evans. Now let's take a closer look at the two men involved in the main event of the evening. Frankie Edgar steps down to 145 pounds and takes on one of the baddest dudes on the planet in Jose Aldo.
This kid is fearless out there.
There's the power of Jose Aldo.
I just felt the timing was right to move to featherweight. It's a new landscape kind of for myself, and Jose's a tough challenge, and I'm ready to face it.
Featherweight division is the weight class that Frankie Edgar is physically built for.
Então acho que eu tenho essa vantagem de ser maior do que o Frankie Edgar. Tanto acho de peso, eu posso ser mais pesado que ele, estatura também. Então essa é uma vantagem que eu tenho.
Frankie Edgar wants very badly to be a world champion. This is his opportunity in a weight class that most people feel like he belongs in.
I think my speed will be the same, if not quicker, actually, because it's going to force me to be a little leaner and, you know, a little lighter. So.
Ele não vai poder mostrar tanta força, eu acho, pelo fato que ele vai perder peso, então mais frágil por isso, pela perca de peso.
Those leg kicks are vicious.
I'm not fazed by anybody at this point in my career, you know. I've been in big fights before, and this is no different.
Com certeza eu vou ter no Frankie Edgar e continuar sendo campeão.
Jose's a tough challenge, and I'm ready to face it. I'm going to be the 145-pound champion.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the challenger, the former UFC lightweight champion, Frankie "The Answer" Edgar. .144 for the challenger. And his opponent, the UFC featherweight champion of the world, Jose ladies and gentlemen, Frankie. I'm here with the challenger, the former UFC lightweight champion, Frankie Edgar. Frankie, you're no stranger to big fights, but this is your first big fight at 145 pounds. Give us your thoughts on the change to the different weight class and what your opponent, Jose Aldo, presents as a challenge.
Yeah, you know, I know he's been a great champion for a while. I feel like I feel better than ever at 45. Nothing you want bad enough is going to be given you, so I'm ready to take it tomorrow. One of the best fighters in the world, ladies and gentlemen, Frankie Edgar. The champion, Jose Aldo. Jose, Frankie Edgar's coming down from lightweight to challenge you for your belt. Give us your thoughts on him as an opponent and what tomorrow night means to you.
O Frankie Edgar desceu de peso para te enfrentar. Fale o que você acha dele como oponente e seu pensamento para amanhã.
É um grande oponente, com certeza já deu o seu valor, mas eu vou expulsar ele de volta para cima.
He's a great fighter, but I'm going to send him back to his weight class.
Good luck to you, sir. One of the best on the planet, ladies and gentlemen, Jose Aldo. It's all going down tomorrow night on pay-per-view. And if you're watching this live, tune in. John Anik's there. I have a card, but I lost it. The greatest featherweight champion in the history of the sport, ladies and gentlemen. You're really at the top of the division. It's going to be very difficult to think of who can challenge you at this point.
I've heard this story before.
What is keeping Frankie Edgar standing?
You can never count this kid out. Jose Aldo is one of the best fighters on the planet Earth.
Frankie looking to lead with the belt.
The featherweight champion of the world, Jose Aldo. One of the best of all time, Frankie Edgar.
For the featherweight championship.
Down he goes. This is going to be it. Alistair Overeem.
Wow. Big shot from Silva. Antonio Bigfoot Silva.
He's out. Down.
Oh, good left hand by Rivera.
In everyday life, true fights materialize. No championship belts, no grand prize, just the reason you rise and strive to overcome. It's not about battles won, it's what you stand for. It's sacrificing your comfort and carrying on for a cause. It's for self-satisfaction and not the applause. It's tearing down walls. It's what you exercise your might for. We should all have something we fight for. And my fight matters. Does yours?